Hello friends, today we are going to talk about the founding story behind Naturesactiv Global. Naturesactiv Global was founded by a team of experienced people who all were into the phytogenic side. What we have realized with the space of time while interacting with many of the countries, multiple countries, importers, we have found that predominantly the importers are facing few of the problems, and these problems are often a costly problems which they associate with many of the exporters. One of the major problems they face is the toxicity level in the botanical powder which has been exported, and after all this exercise, after the custom clearance, once they receive the product, that gives a lot of problems in terms of toxicity. We have also seen the problems like heavy metal content, and the CO is being provided. In some other cases these are not third party confirmed, so many of the cases that also led to some kind of problem. When we have seen the problems with heavy metal, when we have seen with the microbiological content, like E. coli and Salmonella contents are quite high in the botanical powders, and then we were trying to understand that what could be the more problems they are associated with. Interestingly, we have found out one more problem which is very common in the botanical space and the medicinal plant space. We have seen that these plants normally by the exporters are collected from different parts of India. That leads to a situation where you've got plant A and plant B coming from two different geographical provinces. And what happens is, as you are aware, that many of the cases the phytoconstituents or the phytoactives largely depend on the agroclimatic condition. And when the agroclimatic condition is little different, that leads to a kind of problem in the active phytogenic ingredient. So we all are aware that any of the medicinal plants, they defend themselves from various external objects through their defensins, or defensins is the chemical which is present in the plant in two different ways. Normally these are called secondary metabolites. And the secondary metabolites, in the plant works in a very best situation when it is in conjunction with the primary metabolites. So primary metabolites and secondary metabolites, this both consist of, this makes the defensins. Now, when the plants are being sourced from different parts of the world, different parts of India, what happens is, because of the different temperature, because of the different soil condition and different water condition, many of the cases we have seen the active constituents or the secondary metabolites vary to a greater extent. So what happens when these are mixed and when these are clubbed together and it has been sent to a different country, probably it does not give the consistency effect which normally is expected, or probably which is found in a synthetic product. So this leads to various other problems in terms of inconsistent performance of those animals where it has been fed. So in order to arrest all this, we have proposed our proprietary technique. We call it SPFP, standardized phytogenic fine particles. These actually ensures the collection of these phytoconstituents or phytogenic powders are from a single space, go to different markets, and we identify the primary and secondary metabolites level from each of these markets. And we have got a fair understanding from India. If I have to identify any of the plant-based material, I have different locations and the different places names, through which I can identify from where you can get the best raw materials. So once these raw materials are identified, then it has been brought to our place and where it is standardized completely. And as we have said, presence of the primary and the secondary metabolites is penultimate in terms of delivering a smooth performance or a performance what has been promised. So this has been maintained in our laboratory. We ensure that And at the same time, for a safety purpose, we also measure its active constituents. At the same time, we also measure its heavy metal content, because many of the cases we work with a contract grower. At the same time, we sometimes have to source it depending on the order from different other places. But we ensure that their heavy metal content is within the permissible limit, and we get it done with our third party as well as our in-house lab in order to ensure that whatever has been promised, that has been maintained. The third most important area is we also ensure their microbiological content and the contamination level, whether it is within the permissible limit or that also has some variation. We normally check it for salmonella, we check it for E. coli. So this comprises of the SPFP technique, or standardized phytogenic fine particles, which ensures that whichever product you are importing from India, you are actually importing the one which you have paid for and which you have promised for. Having said that, I would also like to clarify one more thing, that Naturesactiv Global is one such company. It's actually do not produce only for the animal health, it also produces for the human health and pet supplements. We have a different philosophy to follow, which we strongly believe in. Once we process one plant, we should be able to maximize the plant in terms of using its different parts, be it the roots, be it the leaves, or the buds, or the flower, for different purposes. So we have a estimated directory of what are the secondary metabolites are required in order to make a supplemental impact, and that's how we assess these plants for this specific purpose. So one plant can serve three different lives. Why should we waste? That comes to the core philosophy of Naturesactiv Global when we talk about the zero wastage, standardized and sustainable material which you get. And just for your information, Naturesactiv Global is present it's situated in Secunderabad, or this is also called the turmeric capital of India. It is in Telangana state, towards the down southern part of India. And we feel this is one area where we strongly add value, and none of the other areas. We do not provide materials, anything and everything. We only deal with the medicinal plants in its very best form, be it in the raw plants or be it the powder form in a SPFP format. We also have many of the cases, the oil preparations. These are the oils, like turmeric oils. These are the oils which are being used in the feed preparation as well as in the food preparations. And along with that, we also have the extract preparations. So basically, Naturesactiv Global is a one-stop shop for you for any of your plant-based needs. And if you're looking for a zero-waste, standardized and sustainable material, you can definitely contact us. The contact details have been given in the video, and you can just take a look at this and do let us know. We are waiting for your response on this. In the meanwhile, if you have any of the questions or queries related to the medicinal plants and based on your requirement, we can also work it out together for the custom requirements. Right? Thank you. Wish you a great day ahead.